Julia, I spoke with retired Lieutenant Colonel and international lawyer Michael Wells. And as you mentioned, he and other U.S. soldiers had their boots on the ground in Ukraine back in the 90s, training its military. He also shares the relationship we have with the country and some insight as to perhaps why Russia invaded Ukraine.
So I used to go to Ukraine, Azerbaijan, Moldova, Romania, Bulgaria, and Republic of Georgia were my countries. And so we used to meet with their ministers of defense and the chiefs of staffs in order to assess militarily where they were and then try to fill their gaps, to help them to one day become a member of NATO.
Retired Lieutenant Colonel Micah Wells was part of a Partnership for Peace program initiated by NATO, or the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, that launched during the Clinton administration. However, Wells says Ukraine was lacking one thing to sustain its military.
Good people, esprit de corps, but without money to move tanks and to fly and practice in their jets, there's just no way that they were going to be able to sustain this without a day. Russia was going to take them in 5 minutes because they just don't have money. They just don't have money to train and to equip a military.
Wells says the Russian takeover wasn't a military move that happened overnight.
Remember 4 or 5 years ago, they took over Crimea, and the port in the southern part of Ukraine, and really the world did nothing. And if they were really going to be aggressive and send the message, I think the UN, the EU, NATO should have stopped them at that point in time.
As far as why Russia would conquer Ukraine,
I don't know what's going on, with the economy of Russia, but sometimes you need a good war and patriotism to get you distracted from what's going on at home.
Wells says he's shocked by Putin's move and saw the threat of taking over Ukraine as a bluff. However,
a whole lot of people, I'm amazed. I think it's a lose situation, short term, long term, that there's no way he can come out as the winner.
Definitely some much needed insight. Later tonight, we'll have a look at why this matters to us and the global impact. Over to you, Julia.